Hi, ladies. Welcome back to another episode of the Girls Who Get It podcast. I am your host, Memphis, and today we are doing a special episode. And I want to do this episode because I'm just about to go on holidays. I'm just about to have an experience where I really want to take it all in and be really present. So, this episode is living in the present moment. Now, this is going to be 10 tips, tricks, 10 mindset shifts that you need to make for yourself to be able to live in the moment more, to actually look back on the experiences and be like, hey, I remember that energy. I remember the way it felt. I believe that I was present within that moment. So this episode is dedicated to all my ladies like myself who can find it really hard to be in the present moment when you're thinking about things that are happening in the future, or you're thinking about things that are happening in the past, and you find it really hard to just have your brain and your body be in the present moment. So I've got 10 tips. I just sat down and wrote them because they're something that I want to remind myself of, and I would love to know if these help you guys. You can use them in any situation, experience in your life, but at the end of the day, I feel these are most important when it comes to those special times, which is spending time with the people that you love and being able to look back on those times and truly be like, I was present within that moment, not thinking I was on my phone half that day. I don't remember what the fuck we did. So let's get into it. All right. Number one, you will never get this time back. You will never get this time back. You will never be this young again. You will never be in this experience with the exact same people around you, with those people in the exact same energy. You will never ever have this exact situation occur in your life ever again. And I think it's really, really important that we remember that, because I know it's easy when you're in your day-to-day and you see people every day and you do things with them every day. It's really easy to just get caught up and be distracted and just not be living in the present moment because you think, there's always tomorrow, there's always going to be another day. But you know what? That's not true. Tomorrow is not promised. What you have right now could change in the blink of an eye. And you always hear people that have gone through experiences where they've lost somebody or they've had something really traumatic, and they look back on it and they're like, one of the biggest regrets is that I was never truly present, that I wasn't. So I just want this to be your number one reminder when you're going into a situation, is that remember that you're not going to get this again. It's just like, remember looking back on your 18th birthday. Do you remember that moment? Of course you do. You remember it because it was memorable, because you were present, because it was absolutely fucking amazing. But I feel that we need to bring this energy into all experiences that we have in our life, because when you are in the present moment, you actually have that emotional attachment to what was going on, because you know how you felt and, you know, that raw feeling deep inside of you. And that's what you actually look back on as, you know, the moments that you really remember. So number one is you will never get this time back again. And just fucking remember that. All right. Number two, stop having such high expectations for everything. Go into every moment with an open heart and an open mind. Look, I will be the first person to say, you know, when you go into an experience and you've got this big, well-winded idea in your head that this is going to be amazing and it's going to go like this and it's going to be, you know, we're going to hit number one, we're going to hit number two, and then this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen. And you know those experiences because nothing ever goes to plan. You know when that happens, and then you start to dissociate from the experience because it's not what you mulled it up in your mind to be. It's not what you thought it was going to be. And that's one of the biggest things that stops us from taking part, because the moment that it doesn't go the way that we want it to, or, you know, we're not getting the reaction that we want from other people, we immediately move away from it and we're like, oh, well, this isn't going the way that I wanted it to. So in other words, I'm not enjoying it. So stop having that pre-positioned information in your brain of what it needs to be, in what the experience needs to be in order for you to say that you enjoyed that experience. Because look, at the end of the day, if you were going into something with it and we have a mindset of this is how it's going to go, then how the fuck are you going to live in the present moment with it? Because you've already done the experience in your brain. And I hands down know that I have done this a lot, is that you just get let down when things don't go your way. But when you lean into that energy and when you actually just take it on the chin and you're like, yep, this is, and you still continue to move forward and smile and be present and be in that moment, then that is creating the moment for exactly what it should be. Not what it was supposed to be, not what you wanted it to be, exactly as it should be. And that's the way that things are meant to be. Not everything is meant to be controlled. Not everything is meant to be the way that you cooked it up to be in your own head. Because look, I have done many things where it hasn't gone to plan. But you know what? That is the best part about it. So about being present is living in the moment, rolling with the punches, just taking it all on and embodying that energy, knowing that you yourself are there having that experience. So that would be number two. Number 3 is practice being present in all situations. This sets you up for being present in the important ones. Look, I know that you think about your day to day. You get up, you may, just cook breakfast. You might go to the gym. You might, you've got your morning routine, which is always just on autopilot. You're not being present in that moment. You do that every single day or, 5 days a week. So for you, that's not something that you actually truly have to be present in. And then you get in the car, you drive to work, you're also on autopilot. You get to work and then you're just bombarded with, problems or issues arise or just work in general. And you can't say that in those moments that you are truly present. One of the easiest ways to get better at being more present is to practice being present in situations that don't actually require it. Because look, obviously we're not going to be present 24/7. We're not sitting in that work meeting that we do, 3 days a week being super present and super involved, because majority of the time you are on autopilot, you don't really care, and you're not going to look back at your week and be like, oh, I wish I remembered that meeting. I wish I was more present. But when you start to actively be like, hey, I'm going into this experience. I want to be more present with this experience because I want to train my brain. I want to train myself to be more present. It's basically, to be more present, it's just like anything. You have to train your brain to do it. Your brain is a muscle, so you have to continuously do it. The more you do it, the more reps that you put in, the easier it's going to become for you. So when you go into mediocre tasks or things that you do on a day-to-day that you don't actively have to be present for, but you put in the effort to be more present, one, you're going to notice things that you've never noticed before. Have you ever driven home on a route that you drive every single day, and maybe this one day you stop at a set of lights, or you're just in a different mood and you look up and you look to your left, or you're not actively involved in listening to something, and you look over and you see something and you're like, oh my God, I've never seen that before. We've all had one of those experiences, and that's because you're actually being present in that moment. So as unimportant as it may be to you, it's not about that actual fact of being present in that moment. It's about the fact that you will train your brain to be more present in situations that you want to be. Because I know, and I'm sure this is a lot of us, is that, when you go into something, even with a conversation with somebody, and say, for example, it's actually quite important in conversation, but you check out halfway through. And then afterwards, you walk away from the experience thinking, fuck, what'd they just say? Because your mind automatically just clicks into autopilot and you're just not there. You're not present. So this can be really helpful. Training your brain to get into this mindset of being more present will help you in a lot of different situations, but really it will set you up to know how to be more present in situations that you genuinely want to be more present in. Now, that's number 3. Number 4, train your mind to check in. Train your mind, which is what I was just saying in number 3, is train your brain, put in the reps. So check in with yourself. Go into a situation and say, I'm going to be present for this. I want to remember the most important information. When you're going into something, you think about, how do I feel during this experience? What emotion did this bring up in me? All of those kinds of things. Like, you really need to get inside of your own brain and understand the experience afterwards. So basically, after you have an experience, can you give me a Word document on how that experience went? Can you tell me how it started, how you felt, what thoughts you had, what emotions you had, you know what I mean, how you walked away from it feeling? You need to train your brain to recognize, hey, I'm being present. Because once you do, and you know the feeling and you know the way it is, and look, who doesn't want to walk away from any situation that you have with somebody and, one, actually remember what they said, and two, like, be like, I know that I'm getting myself into a position where I can do this in any situation, and I'm not going to always have to be like, okay, we're going to be present today, because I've already have trained my brain to do it. Like, I am so bad for this, is that I will go into like a conversation with someone, you know, you meet somebody for the first time and they tell you their name. I don't know what it is, but I think for me personally, it can be different for everybody, but it's like, if you're not important to me, I can't remember your name until you're important to me. I don't know what it is. Like, and it's annoying because you're going to, and you'll have like a really good conversation with somebody and you'll be yada, yada, yada. And then at the end of it, you're like, oh my God, I don't remember what their name was. You know what I mean? When in reality, it should be the opposite, because then you get in a situation where you're like, oh God, I don't remember their name. Like, I feel like an idiot. Like, and you feel as though you've done a disservice to that person. So this is coming back to how this can help you in so many different situations in day-to-day life, is that how easy and how simple would it be to be able to remember somebody's name after you've had a conversation with them? Like, how nice would that be? So this is what training your brain is going to do, and putting those reps in is going to do. It's going to give you that process and that strategy to lean on, and it will show up in so many different areas of your life, and it will be really goddamn helpful. So that's number 4. It is something you need to train your brain to do, just like everything that we do. Your brain is a muscle. Number 5, quit the distractions. Your phone, the biggest distraction of them all. And we all know this. It's you know, it's like an unwritten rule. You know, when someone's talking to you, you're on the phone, and then they say something to you and you look on and you go, what? And then they say, were you listening to me? And you're like, yeah. And sometimes you can, you know, give them like 1 or 2 words that you heard them say. And then in that moment when they're like, what did I just say? You're like trying to piece it together in your brain, like, oh, he said like if and park. And then you kind of have an idea, but you were never actively present in that moment. You don't know really what they said word for word. So get off your phone. When you're in situations, especially when you're in social situations when you're around people, when you're trying to soak up other people's energies, stay off your fucking phone. Like, how often do you get this kind of, especially in important situations where you're with friends and you're with family, how often, like, 1, you're never going to get this moment back. 2, how often do you get the opportunity to sit around on your phone doing fuck all and scrolling all of the time? So, you know what I mean? You are giving up this important time to actually have social interaction and feel that good energy and just be a human, which is what we're supposed to. You're giving this up to something that you have at your fingertips 24/7. So get off your phone. Another big one when it comes to the distractions is your negative thinking, or just overthinking in general. Like, you know, when someone's talking to you and then you're like, oh, fuck. Oh, did I turn the washing machine off? Did I get the oven? Oh, I've got to take the bins out tonight. Oh, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And you start just remunerating about all these thoughts that in that moment, you don't need to be thinking about them. You don't need to be thinking about fuck all. What you need to be thinking about is being actively engaged with the people in front of you, in the situation that's in front of you. Instead of thinking about, one, I know for me, I'm a big, like, I think about the future. Like, what am I going to do tomorrow? I need to do this. I've got this. Oh, we're doing this at 3:00. You know, you're trying to play everything in your mind. It's just like, let it go. Or you can also be somebody that's always thinking about the past and just your brain is just, you're not there. You're trailing away. Basically, you're daydreaming, and you lose so much experience through allowing your mind to do whatever the fuck it wants. So this again is about training your brain. It's like, don't allow yourself to be distracted. Don't allow yourself to be thinking about things that you can think about that in the drive home. You can think about that at any other moment. You know what I mean? It's like, I know it's funny. It's when you're in like a social situation with somebody, like, or you say you're at a party or you're doing something, you're having a great time. And then say, for example, you go to the toilet. And I do this a lot. I don't know if a lot of other people do, but I'll go to the toilet and then I'll be on the toilet and I'll start thinking about like, oh, what I got to do on the way home? Like, what am I going to do? And it's just like that thing where you're just constantly like, no, you should be thinking about, oh, it's so great to be, see Sally, love seeing it, haven't seen her and the kids for ages. Like, this is a really good experience. So that kind of thing where your brain just goes into overdrive, and it's just like, I know it's part of having a busy brain and we don't all experience this, but I believe that a lot of us do. And it's just, you miss out on so much and it's really disheartening. But I know hands down, the biggest one is your phone. I do it all the time. My partner's talking to me, or he'll approach me and I'm still on my phone and I'm telling myself, oh, I'm about to start listening. But you know what I mean? There's a relay in between when that actually happens to when he starts talking about 10 seconds. And in that time, half the conversation's already been over. So be very mindful. It's like, if you're going into a situation where you want to be present, don't take your phone. Put your phone down. Put your phone on silent. Like, anything that you can do to disengage from the thing that just keeps us like stuck to it 24/7. So quit distractions. It's number 5. All right. Number 6. Don't let other people's energy throw you off. Don't follow what other people are doing, because guess what? They probably cannot live in the moment either. And this is a big one. And this comes back down to, this is also, heavy on distractions as well. It's like, if you're in a social situation and you see this everywhere, and I will go out of my way not to do this because I don't want to be one of those people. But then again, we always usually, we're not perfect. But, when you go to a cafe or go out to dinner and there's like 4 or 5 of you, you're sitting there, and then one person pulls out their phone and they start scrolling on their phone. And look, it can usually be like, oh, you're having a conversation about something, you're like, oh yeah, like it's great, I have to show you. And then one person pulls out their phone, and then every single other person at the table you watch it consecutively will pull out their phone. And I love people watching. I love going to cafes or just, at the dinner or wherever, and just watching people, like, especially, and it makes me so sad, is that when you see like 2 couples or even a family where they're at dinner in a nice environment, you know what I mean? And they're both sitting there just scrolling on their phone. Like, you could be doing that sitting at home on the fucking couch. Like, or when there's mum and dad are just there scrolling and their kids are just fucking there going haywire. And you know what I mean? It's just like, don't allow what other people do to push you or pressure you to do things. And look, subconsciously, I believe it's so subconscious, because when it comes to, I know I'm harping on about phones so much, but they are such a distraction from human connection. Like, honestly, we tell ourselves that we're getting connection from them. We're really not. It's the complete opposite. So just don't do what other people are doing. Do what you want to do. Continue the conversation. Be that person that sits down at a table and doesn't have their phone or puts their phone face down. You know what I mean? Be that person. Or, don't, and look, don't also, when you have somebody that does that too, just be like, what are you doing? Why are you on your phone? Like, don't waste your energy on some fuckwit that doesn't even have the time of day for you. Like, this is the thing, is that, like, because we do always allow, oh, they're on their phone, I'm going to go on my phone. It should be the opposite. It should be, I'm not on my phone. Why are you on your phone? Because that is what's going to create conversation. You know what I mean? Regardless of what it is, it's just like, if you're there and you're putting your energy into somebody, if you're being present with somebody, one, you should expect that they're going to be present back with you, and they should understand that. And if you have people that don't, well, honestly, what are you going to get out of them anyway? Just let them live their best lives on their phone. But I can't stand it. I think it's ridiculous. And when I go out, if I grab my phone, like, I will make an effort to put it straight down, because I'm like, oh, can't do that. You know what I mean? Have a conversation, say something, think of words. So that's one. Don't allow what other people are doing to get you to do the same. All right. No one's being peer pressured around here. Number 7, use reflection to look at your progress. So using reflection, it's like after you have a social interaction, like think about how it made you feel being present in that moment. What kind of emotions did you have? Do you remember that moment when somebody said something really funny and you laughed and you were just like, this is the best? Because what? Laughter is just the best fucking medicine. Like, I know after I spend if I go and see my girlfriends for the day and we just sit around talking about good times and we're laughing, like I walk away from that experience and my heart is so full because laughter is just the best medicine, and it's that social interaction. It's just like you walk away from that and you just feel warm and cuddly inside. So when you do have those really fun times and those moments, reflect on them, because that's only going to create more of a want of that. And, look, I really enjoyed myself last time when I wasn't on my phone. And, we had that, I remember that inside joke that we had and like how good that was. And it's like, can't wait to see them again. Like that kind of thing. It's like, you know what? I really fucking enjoyed that. I like the way that made me feel. I'm walking away from this feeling full and happy and good. So reflect on it, because then that's only going to want you to want it more and go out of your way to be active and be present in those situations, because you'll be looking for that. You'll be searching for that. So that's a big one. Number 7. All right. Number 8 is, and this is quite a bit of a follow-on from number 7, is share your thoughts and experiences of being more present with others. So after you walk away from that situation and you're thinking about like how good it made you feel, like share that. I always send my girlfriend's message like that just filled my cup. Seeing girls, like that filled my cup. Like that moment when you were talking about this and we remember, like when we said that, and like that joke is just like, I just love that energy and the way that I walk away from those good, wholesome experiences and those moments and how they make me feel. And look, and if they make you feel good, share them with others. Share the way that other people make you feel with them, because that makes them feel good too. So yeah, just share your thoughts and share your experiences. Like if you had a really nice dinner and, with your partner and it's not something that you do really often, you can say to them, oh, like I really love that. It was really nice that we had that one-on-one time together. Like, when me and you were having that joke about so-and-so, like it's just, I love that. I love that. It makes me feel really good. And I look forward to us having more of those experiences, because that is what life is for. Life is for making memories, and good ones at that, like have those experiences, share those laughs, be that person in the room that people like, wow, they look like they're having the best time. Like I know when me and my partner go out, we are always giggling, always laughing, always joking with one another. And like when we have that, we actively go out of our way to have date nights at least every couple of weeks. And like, look, it's easy for us. We're childless. We have only got a dog. But look, I love those. I love those nights that we have together where you get dressed up and you just have a couple of drinks and you feel good and you laugh. And like we go out to places and we're always happy and bright and loud and making jokes, and like people will look at you and it's just like, it's your energy. People are attracted to your energy in the way that you show up. And I absolutely love being that, because I want that energy to be contagious and I want other people to pick that up too. So yeah, that would be number 8. Number 9, my favorite number, as we all know. All right. Visualize the experience before it happens. So say, for example, you've got something coming up. You've got someone's birthday, it's Christmas, you're going to be seeing all the family, like everything. Sit there with yourself and visualize the experiences or the emotions that you want to feel from that experience with yourself. Sit there and visualize with them, visualize like, hugging your mum and you haven't seen her in 6 months' time, or, laughing with your sister about silly shit that you used to do when you were kids, or, just sharing those funny little things and go into that experience, looking for those, because that's going to allow you to be like, hey, we're being present today because remember the things that we're looking for. Remember that the moments that we want to actually remember and experience. And it's not like I said, telling yourself this is exactly how it's going to go, but think about it. It's like, oh, last time we did that, I felt so good afterwards. I walked away like my cheeks were burning because I'd been laughing so much. So visualize the experience, visualize the emotion and the warmth and what you're going to feel from walking away from that, because one, it sets you up to just be already on that frequency of receiving that love and that energy. You're walking, you have a smile on your face, you know what I mean? You'll be there ready to receive, be ready to receive all of the goodness. So visualize it. I think it's really, really important. And number 10, actively open yourself up to create more experiences where you can be present and have more human interaction, because it's like a drug. And the more that you do it, the more that you're going to want it. So actively open yourself up to these experiences. If you are craving human experience and you want energy and you want interaction, then open yourself up to it. Be on that frequency of receiving that. So, say if you get invited to social drinks after work on a Friday, you've never gone before, say yes. Go into it with an open mind, looking for that energy, that happy high vibe frequency, because other people are searching for exactly what you are searching for. Other people are looking for connection. They want love. They want conversation. They want experience. They want to feel things as well. So go out of your way to plan events. Go out of your way to plan dinners. Go out of your way to do things that you know are going to make you feel really good and fill your cup, because the biggest thing that people are looking for these days, and we're all looking for it, is human connection. Like, who doesn't want to have a laugh? Who doesn't want to walk away from an experience saying, God, that was a good goddamn day. Like, I just love seeing so-and-so every time we catch up. We have a great experience. It's fun. We laugh. I want to create more memories like that, because that is memorable. People will remember how you made them feel. It's super, super, super important, is that people will remember how you made them feel. And obviously, don't you want to be the kind of person that makes people feel good? Because I know I do. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I do this podcast, is because I want people to feel good. I want people to feel happy. I like to put that good vibe energy out into the world, because we need more of it. And it's all about building connection, building understanding, and also obviously giving you something to think about. I want you to think about this. I want you to listen to this episode and go into it and be like, you know what? What's the next situation, environment, event, whatever that I'm going to where I haven't actively sat down and thought about what it would be like to be present in that moment, what it would be like to show up, what it would be like to, be that person that has that last, and what kind of energy and experiences do I want to walk away from that from? Have a think about that. Use these tools going into that experience, and I'd love to hear some feedback on how you feel. I'd love to hear some feedback on what kind of visualizations you use to make yourself feel good. But overall, I just want you to have fun, smile, be happy, and live in the fucking present moment. So please share your experiences with me. If this podcast has helped you, I would love that. Come over and follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I am at girlswhoget.it on Instagram. I am looking to build and grow this community of women that just want to have connection, that just want to be happy, want to smile, and I want to share this good energy with you. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for listening. This is another episode of Girls Who Get It with Memphis, and I will be back next week. Thank you. Love yous. Oh, remember, I'm not an influencer. I'm a human being, and so are you. Mwah.